shows his worth.
Oh.
Nothing. Any of our warriors.
Oh, they're all dying. Oh, they're not routing. Oh, they're routing towards us, not away from us.
No, a coward, Chief.
And so they're all dying. Oh, dear. Okay, guys, welcome back. Now we have a few things actually to discuss here on the campaign map. First off, Lawa's army is just about ready. We're just retraining up these 2 mercenary bowman units, and then he will be ready to be on his way, head on south against the Kingdom of Adunabar, and he will certainly be needed. There's just a glance at his army, since I don't think I've shown it in its complete form. And actually, we're also starting to train up another army that is basically just like it. You can see I've got Wolf's Oathmen here, and Wolf Hunters and Axes of the Wolf there, and Riders of the Eisenmarch there. Basically, I just feel like we need more armies to fight off all the enemies that we are acquiring, and all of their many, many armies. Let's see, I think that's it over there. I did move troops over to Entwade from the Hold of Dunharrow. And that's simply because Rohan was gathering troops over there. In fact, this force was actually heading towards Entwade, but then they turned around, and it looks like they might be heading for Lathron. And I think that they actually just started... They just went to war with Rohan, the Kingdom of Adunabar, yes. I also believe that the Kingdom of Rovanian is actually gone. Because I got those pop-up messages again, which I think is a script, a diplomacy script, where basically when a faction dies, it makes sure that all of the existing relationships between the different factions get eliminated as well. And I noticed that I got like a whole bunch of diplomatic messages from the Kingdom of Rovanian, like everyone basically no longer being their allies, no longer being their enemies. So I think that kingdom is actually done for. Which is fine. I guess we didn't care very much about them, though that is, I guess, one less enemy of the Kingdom of Adunabar, because it does look like maybe the Kingdom of Adunabar is the ones who took them out. That would be unfortunate. Of course, it would be nice if Rohan and Kingdom of Adunabar fight a bit. Alright, but anyway, so we strengthened Entwade just to deter any attacks from the Rohirrim, basically. Now, Boda's army has come down south, and he's basically right here on the bridge. It looks like, I think we are going to lose Calenhad. Not there. Alright, there we go. Because obviously, Adunabar has amassed quite sizable forces against them, and there's actually another force here. I don't think Boda could take them on by himself, so that's why I'm having him stand here on the bridge. I'm actually not even sure if he could attack them. He might be able to attack this army here, I think. But to be honest, unless I could lift the siege, I probably wouldn't want to attack anyways, and I definitely don't want Boda to fight all of these troops, like, massed together like this. I'd actually rather... I mean, barely, I would rather have Calenhad fall and them to try and, like, attack him on the bridge, while we also wait, of course, for Lawa's army to come down here and assist him. And you see, I've been thinking, like, oh, back and forth, like, should I just try and attack? But no, I don't think I should. I don't want to risk Boda's army against such large and not destroyed forces. You know, I keep trying to, like, talk myself, like, back into, like, attacking, and then I talk myself out of it. So I'm just going to leave it. I've made my decision. That's that. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. There is a small force here of the Reunited Kingdom that looks like they're heading to Mornan. But I think what we've got there, we can hold them off. Because basically, what we are going to do this turn is I need Waka to take his forces back here and fight this host of the Reunited Kingdom that crossed into our territory here. There were actually 2 forces, but the first one was just like 3 units, so I had like the reinforcement army take them out. And we did suffer some unfortunate casualties, but I guess nothing too devastating. But now they basically have this host of the reunited kingdom breathing down their necks. So basically I want Waka to come down here, eliminate them, and then head back and start... Well, I kind of want him to take Dol Amroth, though. Oh, there's King's Longbowmen there. Oh! I guess we could have him go and take maybe Calambel instead. You see, because my choices are basically, once we've dealt with our problems over here, is to attack Dol Amroth and then, like, sweep south and then back north again, taking out, like, these fortresses and then finishing at Calambel. The other option would be to start at Calambel and work our way, of course, around and then finish at Dol Amroth. I don't think we need to worry about the Kingdom of Adunabar attacking us, simply because I believe they've devoted all of their troops to attacking us up here in the north. So I doubt there's like another force down here in the south that could come over here and attack our settlements while Waka's engaged elsewhere. So that's kind of how I see it. And I kind of want to start with Dol Amroth simply because I imagine it has horrific walls, like really tough defenses. And they only had one unit of King's Longbowmen before, but now they have two. By the time I get over there, they could have, like, a whole bunch of units, and then it'll be outrageous to take. But then Calambel is actually well-defended, decently well-defended, and I think they have the same ballista-firing wooden walls that Mornan had. So that could be a devastating fight for Waka, just as Mornan was. So, I'm not sure. I guess it would just depend on where they move their forces, if at all, and what new forces they train up.
Captain.
Speaking of Waka, basically here's his army now after he took troops from the reinforcement army. We basically actually have all of our Axeman mercenaries again, which is great. We do have, this one's obviously not at full strength, but it's pretty close. The Wolf Hunters are doing somewhat well. The pikemen really not at all. In fact, I basically have like resigned myself to just losing all of my pikemen basically in this campaign against the reunited kingdom. And so basically I'm just supplementing my forces with local mercenaries. Filthy Dunedain will nevertheless help us in taking out other Dunedain, so I guess it's fine. The best Dunedain is a dead Dunedain, and if they're like on our side fighting against other Dunedain, well then they'll die. And that's what we wanted anyways. So anyway, I need Waka, as I said here, to come back and attack this army, but I wonder how exactly I should go about doing this. Let's see, hold on. If I just tell him to attack, what does he do? Oh, he actually can't reach them.
Destroy.
Well, that's a little annoying. I could have this army retreat to Peneth Gelen. In fact, maybe I should. They don't want them to be involved in the fight. So, alright, there you go. And I mean, I guess they could, like, try running away or, like, putting Anfalas or something under siege, but I'm hoping that they just kind of basically retreat back to their own territory. Alright, but anyway, I guess there actually isn't a battle to fight. I was pretty sure I was going to be able to catch them, but I guess I'll bring you guys back as more of interest occurs. Okay, guys, welcome back. Now, basically, we're just picking up right where I left you off, because I thought there was going to be a battle down here. But it turns out, as I predicted, basically, we're going to lose Calenhad here to the Kingdom of Adunabar. And this is right on the end turn of the last turn that I basically spoke with you guys about. So there's nothing really to talk about on the campaign map. We just basically are going to fight this out and just try and kill as many of them as possible. I imagine they will still have quite a few men left, though, and I'm not sure if Boda will really be able to take them out. But either way, I guess if they do cause enough damage, maybe Boda could destroy them. But let's just get right into the battle and see how many of them we can take out. Okay, guys, welcome to the battle. And a very dark, dreary battle it is. I actually didn't even know there were night battles in the mod, because I don't think I've seen an option to fight night battles in the past. Maybe it's a very special trait that only certain, like, generals or something can get. But anyway, the main host of the enemy is out front here, and as you can see, they've got 4 battering rams here. They've got a couple archer units as well, which is very unfortunate. But basically the plan here is I've got my huntsmen here, and they could throw javelins over the wall at the enemy. Probably at these orc champions. I think they would be a bigger problem than the raiders and the uruks over there. In fact, maybe I should actually move them kind of over here. Are you in loose formation? You are not. Get in loose formation and just stand kind of right here, and that way they could throw as they basically get across there. Let's see, we'll have our 3 mercenary swordsman units over here. Basically, what I'm hoping to try and do is bottle up the enemy using the mercenary swordsmen at the different breaches. And then have my cavalry sweep around and do some damage. So we've got the Rittermark mercenaries over here, and they're going to basically exit the settlement the moment the battle begins and kind of get in position somewhere over here. And on the other side, we've got the Gondorian Rider mercenaries who are going to do the same. So basically, we're going to do what we did in the last battle of Calenhad. Except this time, we're facing a much larger and more destructive force. And so I'm just hoping that having an open field battle would be better for the cavalry. Maybe they could take out some of these archers. And just maybe even some of, like, just the... Well, not pick off some of these bigger units, but basically cause them issues, cause them problems. Especially if they, like, charge into the settlement and kind of get bottled up here. Hopefully the cavalry charging in the rear could maybe do some real damage to them. Hopefully. Because that is the goal here, is basically to cause as much damage as possible. I'm not really expecting to win. Now, the enemy does have another force coming from this direction. A much smaller force, of course, but, well, they're still coming. So basically, I just have one of my mercenary swordsman units here, basically just to hold them off, since there's only going to be one breach anyways. Basically, just to hold them off as much as possible so that we can do as much damage as possible to this force over here. And I guess if by some miracle we do defeat this force, we could then turn around and help these guys out, of course, but I'm not really expecting that to happen. So basically, their goal is just to stand there, hold the enemy at the gate until they die, and that's it. That's the plan. Well, for them and for everyone else, because now we're going to go ahead and begin the battle. And I almost forgot to start moving my riders. You guys get over here. And you guys get over here. Alright, the battering rams are moving forward. It occurs to me this is actually ideal fighting conditions, though, for the orcs, right? Because they wouldn't like the sunlight anyways. Oh, and I guess we do have towers that I'm sure will fire at the enemy to some degree, but these are not exactly the best towers, so I'm not expecting too much out of them. Alright, are you guys just about out? Almost. And I imagine that means the other units are as well. Okay, that's their cavalry back there. Oh, and they've got wargs, which I assume are basically like a cavalry unit. Okay, we are throwing javelins. We'll be out of those javelins very quickly, though. Alright, so with the cavalry out, I guess we should just kind of leave them basically as they are for the moment. Actually, I think we can move these cavalry forward, because I don't know exactly where the enemy is going to bunch up at. You guys get back here since you've fired every shot you had. Okay, get over there. Now they have two options. They can either attack now, or they can wait. for the other battering rams. And it looks like they are going to wait for the other battering rams. And it looks like we've got fighting here.
Drive them out!
Mercenaries. Swordsmen.
Okay, here comes the Alag High on this flank, kind of as expected. Whoops. All right, let's get these guys over here. That unit's not going to hold out for very long. You guys go ahead and charge there for now. And let's have these guys actually charge right in the rear here. In fact, yeah, right there. If we can break one of these guys, that would be great. Okay, the Snaga hunters are wavering. That's good.
The enemy have taken the walls! Throw them back, or our people will be slaughtered!
Our people are going to be slaughtered no matter what. Let's be clear on that. All right, let's keep our captain up here. Okay, good. Now you guys get over here, and I want you to do something similar to what we were going to do over the other spot. Just basically strike these guys in the rear. Actually, here, you guys come over here and strike in the rear over there. Oh dear. Our mercenaries are not holding out. And our cavalry are not able to drive them into retreat either. Okay, skirmishers, come back here, because I can see that I've also lost the mercenary unit that was guarding the gate over there. All of our mercenaries are in retreat. Oh dear. Oh dear, and actually the huntsmen are also dying. Oh bother, that's not good. I did honestly think that we would do a little more damage than I think we are actually going to end up doing. Fight to the death, my mercenaries! Oh no. What have we got over there? Alright, you know what? Pull out. We're not really doing much damage there, so we might as well. Let's see if we can strike out at maybe that unit over there. Now watch, they're going to be like some kind of anti-cavalry unit. They're just going to obliterate my cavalry. Oh boy. Come on, charge them down. There are Uruk berserkers over there.
The warlord of the enemy army is running like a startled goat. Hunt him. Goats make good eating.
Oh wait, were the wargs the enemy commander unit? Right, kill him. He's right there. Come on, kill him. Enemy commander slain. Okay, great. Now turn around and kill these guys, because we might as well. All right, so how are you guys doing here? Everyone dead? Everyone dying? That certainly seems to be the case. There are trolls, there's Uruks.
Your warlord is a cowardly old woman, not concerned with dying like a warrior. He runs.
Oh, because he's not in the center of the settlement. That's unfortunate. Oh! Oh dear! It would seem that the Rittermark mercenaries have died right on those Uruk berserkers. I'm guessing that they are anti-cav. Good to know. Good to know. For any future engagement. Alright, well, death comes for my mercenaries. Well, and for my huntsmen. On the bright side, for the most part, it was just Dunedain and Rohirrim who were dying. So again, some of our own guys did die. In fact, oh, our commander was the last to go. Gosh, I don't think we did really any damage. Oh no, that's not true. We did kill some. Not many, but some. Wow, those mercenary swordsmen did almost nothing to the enemy. Like, almost nothing. At least in comparison to how many they lost. The Rider mercenaries did somewhat well. The Gondorians did somewhat well. And the Dunlandish huntsmen actually did almost... Okay, they were the second most. They did the second most amount of damage. But that's because they're a ranged unit, and they were able to throw their javelins into those orc champions without actually having to, like, fight them right then and there. Well, that's a little unfortunate. I wonder if maybe I should have... like, allowed the huntsmen to throw their javelins, right, at those orc champions, but then rushed them back to the center of the settlement, and maybe did do the same thing with the mercenary swordsmen. Of course, then they wouldn't have been bottled up at the entrances to allow the cavalry to attack them from the rear, but I don't know, attacking from the rear with the cavalry didn't seem to do all that much, so maybe I could have still had the cavalry do that. Like, maybe just try to pick off units here and there and just harass the enemy. Anyway, they're dead. We're all dead. Oh, wait. I imagine many of their casualties actually probably healed anyways. But, well, let's take this back to the campaign map. Oh ho! It looks like they actually are going to attack Boda on the bridge. Looks like the smaller force is the one that's actually doing it. Okay, so they only have one archer unit. That's good. They do still have the Alakai, though, and just a bunch of... At least, I assume this is decent infantry. Yeah, it is. All right, but anyway, let's just jump right into this battle then as well. Okay, guys, welcome to the battle. So we have Guardians rushing to hold the bridge, as well as Boda and his bodyguard. We have archers on either side, waiting for the enemy to come up here. Which it looks like it might be a minute or two. I hope those dark bows don't outrange us, because if they do, this is going to be extremely annoying. Oh, they do not. Or if they do, they, for some reason, are not firing at us. Alright, we'll fire a few whoops, stop. Reform over here. Let's see, let's also put these guys into guard mode so that they don't leave their position. Basically, we'll fire as many arrows as we need to eliminate these guys. Or, I mean, make it so that there's very few of them left. Then we'll save whatever arrows are left for these guys as they charge across the bridge, which is happening right now, as you can see. Hold that position. Wow, they still have 60 of their guys. Alright, you guys fire on the dark swords now in the rear here. We'll have these two units continue firing at them for at least a little bit longer. I'd like to get them down to like 20 or something. Alright, we'll have another unit start firing on the dark swords back here. Oh, shoot. It occurs to me that this unit is basically in the way of their arrow fire. Actually, probably this unit as well. Alright, fire right into the bunch of them there, and you guys fire more towards the rear. Rush back, rush back. Back here. We'll just kind of line you up right here. You guys fire there now, and you guys fire there. Okay, there's 22 of them. I guess that's as good as we're going to get, probably. Seriously, are they firing, like, all the way back at the hillmen? And these guys are now out of ammo. You guys get back here. All right, once we run out of ammo, we actually, I think, will send the hillmen forward since they have a penalty to the enemy's morale. And I think they're also, like, armor piercing and stuff, so we might be able to get a route going. Back here, let's get these guys over here. And yes, I know, they'll be right within range of them, but oh well. It'll only be for a moment. Then we're going to charge these guys in. Are you guys out of ammo? You are. Alright, so now let's get these guys over here. And we'll have the archers pulled back. Now let's get the hillmen in there. Intimidated by a nearby enemy. That's what we like to see. Be nice if we could kill these Olaghai off. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that the hillmen could do that. Alright, you know what? Let's pull out this Dunlending unit, the Guardian unit. Alright, and now Boda and his bodyguard will be in the fight for a bit. What are these guys? Oh, they're broken. Okay. Oh, hey, since they're broken, one of you guys get over here and make sure they stay broken. Actually, here. You guys stay here. Okay, somehow that unit that I tried to pull out is not really able to get fully pulled out by the look of it. Alright, I think we are slowly grinding them down. Let's actually pull... Should I pull Boda's bodyguard out now? Maybe I should, because I don't actually know where Boda is in all that mess. So you pull out, and let's have the Dunlending Guardians push in. Okay, but don't go too far away. Actually, why don't we bring up the Axes of the Wolf next? Well, actually, hold on. We don't need all of them. These two units, pull forward. Actually, we'll have Boda and his bodyguard sit over here. nice if we could somehow kill the general, but that's not going to happen, methinks. Oh, actually, what we could do is let's bring the Axes of the Wolf to either flank as well. Let's see, we'll have Boda just kind of over here. Right. Did you guys kill them? Holy smokes! Yes, but you somehow lost a bunch of your guys. How did you lose all of those guys on a routing unit? Alright, let's see. These guys are utterly exhausted, so let's pull them out and have the Axes of the Wolf go in. These guys are also utterly exhausted, so pull out and Axes of the Wolf go in. Oh, I hear routing. But not everyone is routing, though. Okay. Guys, pull out. Pull out. Oh, right. Many of these guys are actually still kind of in there. Okay, well, I guess they just have to kind of stay in then. Looks like their archers are running. Alright. Who are the Dunlandian Guardian units that I've got in here? This one and this one, by the look of it? Yes. Alright, you guys see if you can untangle yourselves from the battle, and we'll send the Axes of the Wolf in instead. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wherever you guys are going, charge in here, not in there. Actually, I think we can actually pull those hillmen out now. Or not, because there's many of them still on the bridge there. Oh boy. Okay, Axes of the Wolf. Oh yes, that is what we like to see. All right, let's pull a couple of the units out of there though, because I believe.
Warlord shows his worth.
Oh.
Nothing. Any of our warriors.
Oh, they're all dying. Oh, they're not routing. Oh, they're routing towards us, not away from us.
No, a coward, Chase.
And so they're all dying. Oh dear. And just like that, I think the only survivors were those archers who fled. Oh dear. Well. Alright, so one of the Dunlandian Guard... Well, the Hillmen actually suffered some pretty unfortunate casualties. And actually, they're the sort of unit that's hard to replace, too. But I thought having their intimidation and... I think they might also be armor piercing. I can't remember. But at the least, I wanted their, like, intimidation factor. And so I thought I should commit them, but maybe I shouldn't have. Casualties among the other units are actually quite minimal. And then, of course, we slaughtered our enemy without mercy. The Axes of the Wolf in particular. Oh, wow. Oh, well, that's because they probably killed most of the routers. Can't forget about that. Yeah, we lost 14 of our Riders of the Eisenmarch. And I assume it's because, like... Wait, do you think maybe the trolls, the Ologhai, maybe they rallied and they had to, like, send them fleeing again? Or maybe they're one of those units that has, like an area of effect like, kind of attack. Like, even when they're retreating, maybe they're causing damage. I don't know. I didn't actually see what happened. But anyway. Very good. Let's take this back to the campaign map. Oh, and here I thought they might attack again, but it looks like they are not going to. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
We're surrounded.
An inept governor and a poor commander. All right, well, no thank you. So, we have Anfalas under siege, though we can relieve that siege very quickly, obviously. Again, this actually shouldn't be a problem. We should be able to win, I think, this, with the ballista towers and some archers and huntsmen. And I guess even if we can't win it, I mean, we could just turn around and come back. I'm shocked that the Rohirrim are actually still going to besiege us. But I guess go ahead. I think this army would actually win that fight. I think we just have regular walls here. Let's see. Where would the walls be? Okay, yeah, just a wooden palisade. But I still think we would win in a fight against them. But yeah, okay, so I wonder if Boda should put Calenhad under siege. Just to cause damage to them. We could always retreat if it turns out... they actually want to come out and fight us. Alright, but anyway, I guess you guys see the situation now, so there'll be battles here shortly, but I have many messages and stuff to go through, so I guess what I'll just do is standard here. I'll just bring you guys back as more of interest occurs.